This guy is a hulking giant. Compared to him, everyone else looks like pathetic little dwarfs. And he's not just big, he's absurdly strong. When he comes across a massive ogre that even bullets can't penetrate, he shocks everyone by casually obliterating it with just a couple of blows. He doesn't even break a sweat. Then, when he ends up in the middle of a lie, full of alligators instead of becoming their meal, he wipes them out single-handedly because his skin is stronger than steel. He drags their bodies ashore, roasts the gators whole, then he eats them right there, biting off one huge chunk after another. Everyone around him is in shock and can't help but wonder who he really is. The thing is, barbarian blood runs through his veins. And here's how he ended up among humans. Many years ago, in the land of barbarians, the strongest warrior fights against a group of hostile tribesmen. These barbarians are born fighters raised as lethal warriors who gladly die in battle for honor. The warrior calls out to his wife to activate a spell while he buys her time, watching from a distance. Aiden considers his father to be the bravest warrior of them all. Though his father was betrayed by his own tribe, he continues to fight to protect his family, and as the man fights fearless, his mother tries her best to complete the incantation. She eventually succeeds in activating the magic, causing a strong beam of light to emerge. She pushes Aiden toward the light, wanting him to go anywhere in the land of stars, because any place is better than this bloody battlefield. With tears in her eyes, she bids farewell to her son. Even though Aiden feels scared, his father reminds him to become strong, as that is the only way he will be able to protect what belongs to him. Our protagonist cries hopelessly, but still decides to follow that advice. Even while facing death, his father feels neither regret nor fear, carrying only the pride of a true barbarian. The scene shifts to show a modern city. There, a group of bullies gathers around a boy who looks quite wealthy. They demand he hand over all of his possessions. That rich-looking student is actually Jin-tae Kim, a senior at G&L High School. He requests that they stop before things get serious, but the leader of the bullies mocks him for the warning. Jin-tae tries to tell them that his friend is on his way. The leader sarcastically dismisses this friend, asking if he is the Hulk or some kind of monster. Before the bully can hit Jin-tae, someone breaks the wall beside him and lands a powerful blow on the leader. The bully stands stunned at the sight of the crumbling masonry. Suddenly, our boy emerges from the broken wall. This guy's name is now Childo Kang, and he is also a senior at G&L High School. Panicked bullies demand to know his identity. The Aldo reveals that he is Jin-tae's friend, though internally, he is the only one who knows he is actually a barbarian. After taking care of the bullies, our hero and his friend leave the area. Jin-tae mentions how impressive it was to see him smash a wall with his bare fist, even doubting if Childo is human. Protagonist flinches and insists that he is indeed a human. Internally, he reflects that it has been a decade since he arrived on Earth. Jin-tae still seems suspicious, which makes Childo wonder if he still gives off barbarian vibes. Ignoring his friend's statements, he decides to head home. Once there, our boy finishes 3 bowls of rice, yet his old man thinks he is eating too little. While starting his 6th bowl, Childo explains he has lost his appetite lately. He expresses concern for his grandfather, who isn't eating at all. The old man explains that he can't properly digest food anymore, and feels full just by watching his grandson eat. Our hero feels grateful for this elder. Back when he first appeared on Earth, his gramps took him in without expecting anything in exchange. In the present, the old man reveals that a director Park called him earlier. He asks if Childo told the director that he wants to become a boxer. Our boy instantly clarifies that he does not want to become an athlete. This leaves the old man in shock since he doesn't understand the reasoning. As far as the old man remembers, Childo has been winning awards in every sport. On the contrary, our protagonist internally points out that humans and barbarians are totally different species. He believes that participating in human sports would be a violation of fair play and sportsmanship. Even though he doesn't want to disappoint his grandfather, he knows that a barbarian can only truly be a warrior. Recalling his last moment with his father, Childo decides not to play sports made for humans. Because he desires a bloody fight against someone who matches his actual strength. The main problem is that Earth is simply too peaceful. Soon, however, the old man sees shocking news on the TV. In Changju, many people have lost their lives, and the government has decided to investigate the matter thoroughly. Gramps reveals that around 120 people have died. According to the news, the incident is related to some kind of monster. Newly released footage shows an unidentified creature spotted in the area. Upon seeing the creature, Childo starts to tremble. The old man gets worried, but our hero decides it is time to leave. Later, he and Jin-tae head for Changju. They travel in a new car belonging to Jin-tae's father. While driving, Jin-tae reminds his friend that he needs to get himself a license. After thanking him, Childo reflects on the creature from the footage, recognizing it from the land of barbarians. He believes this incident must be related to the planet where he used to live. Unexpectedly, their car stops at the entrance of the Yongnam Tunnel. A crowd is gathered, indicating that something serious is happening. Jin-tae notices soldiers among the people, and our boy realizes this must be the disaster area. Seeing his strong physique, a stranger approaches and asks who he works for. These people are from New Song Development Inc. One of the men hands Chill to a business card and requests that he join their group. Holding the card, our protagonist wonders if this is a guild for warriors. The stranger laughs at the question and says their organization is colonizing a planet, so they are looking for workers, not warriors. After a moment, Sheldu tears the business card apart as he considers it an insult for a warrior to become a mere worker. The man from the company becomes furious, unable to tolerate the refusal. He mocks Koldu for spouting nonsense about warriors. Tension escalates as both of them prepare to fight. Their skirmish is interrupted when something unexpected happens. A dark void appears at the entrance of the tunnel. People prepare for an arrival, while Gentile stands in shock, confused by the unfolding events. Suddenly, a system window appears in front of a massive black sphere, notifying everyone about the commencement of the Doomsday exam. Another video reveals that Doomsday is coming to Earth. A third panel explains that the planet of refuge, Nova, offers salvation to the people of Earth. The final panel instructs them to flee to Nova through the portal. A huge beam of light appears in the middle of a forest. Jinti and Childu emerge from that light and find themselves surrounded by trees. Gente screams in panic, failing to understand how they were teleported to the middle of nowhere. He blames our protagonist. Suddenly a system window appears telling them to obtain 1 goblin coin to see the reward for class advancement to novice. While Gente struggles to process this, our hero tells him to pay attention. They are suddenly swarmed by a group of goblins. Junt freezes in shock, not expecting the system to force them to kill these creatures. Before he can finish speaking, our boy dashes forward at full speed. He has been waiting for this moment his whole life. With a smirk, Childu decides to test his strength and lands a heavy blow on a goblin. Creature flies backward, destroying everything in its path. Finally, our hero feels a massive adrenaline rush that drives him wild. His barbarian instincts are screaming. By eliminating the remaining goblins with his bare fists, Childu feels excited to finally face Doomsday. Gentile is stunned to see how easily Childu defeats the goblins. As soon as the last creature falls, digitally disperses into the air, reveal a golden coin. The system panel explains that this is a goblin coin, the basic currency used in Nova, though this specific version is a non-transferable variant exclusive to the Doomsday exam. As soon as the coin touches our hero's palm, system window pops up. It indicates that he is now qualified to become a citizen of Nova and advises him to step through the portal to enter the new world. From behind, Gente struggles to understand the implications. Our protagonist looks around and points towards a dark void, identifying it as the portal. Later, Jinti looks to be in rough shape, his face and head swollen from the previous scuffle. Clutching his stick, he yells at Koldu, demanding to know why he was thrown into a crowd of monsters. He is reminded by our boy that since the coins are non-transferable, Gente must earn them himself to progress. Despite the explanation, Gente continues to protest. In the middle of his argument, a stray goblin charges toward him with its weapon raised. Gente panics, having assumed they were all dead. Just in time, Childu steps in and slams the goblin into the ground. He reminds his friend once more that true strength only comes from fighting. Nevertheless, our hero takes responsibility for Gente's safety, acknowledging that his friend is only in this position because of him. The battered Gente thanks him, noting that he has at least finished the quest. Elsewhere, 2 soldiers use binoculars to locate their missing duffel bag. The supplies were stolen by goblins, and the duo decides to eliminate the thieves immediately. Before they connect, Childu finds the bag first. He secures the useful supplies that will ensure their survival. A figure near the soldiers point their guns at him, mistaking the survivors for monsters. Fortunately, they realize their mistake before opening fire. Later, the 4 of them cook food together. The soldiers apologize for the confusion, a gesture which Childu casually shrugs off. One soldier is stunned to see the pair totally unarmed in such a dangerous zone. Gentai explains that they arrived by accident without knowing the nature of this place. He asks curiously if the military is involved and if the information on the system windows is true. A soldier nods, revealing that the government is preparing for the end of life on Earth. He explains that Nova is a planet currently stuck in a prehistoric Stone Age, requiring teams to rebuild civilization from scratch. Various companies and groups are already active, competing behind the scenes to gain an advantage in this new era. Our protagonist asks if Nova is as infested with monsters as this testing ground. The soldier clarifies that this area is merely a trial. Nova is the real challenge. He emphasizes the importance of training here, as the actual planet will be far more difficult. Unexpectedly, the soldier decides to give them the duffel bag, providing enough food and weapons for both of them, while Jintei offers his heartfelt thanks. The news of Nova's difficulty only serves to excite our hero. In the middle of the night, Chidu heads out to hunt again, bringing a confused Jintai along. Jintai cannot understand the need for more combat since they have already passed the test. However, Chidu explains that they cannot afford to sit back after hearing the soldier's warnings. He believes they must become significantly stronger. They soon spot a tower made of wooden sticks where a figure emits a strange aura. The creature looks like a goblin, but appears much more formidable. Jintei points out the physical differences from the ones they faced earlier, but our protagonist is simply excited to face the challenge. He charges forward, leaving Jintei behind. The goblins guarding the base of the tower notice his approach. He charges forward, leaving Jintei behind. The goblins guarding the base of the tower notice his approach. But before they can react, our boy knocks them out. Elite goblin atop the tower spot. She all do, climbing up to meet it. Our hero is fired up to eliminate the target, but the creature activates a spell, striking its staff with powerful lightning, cut off guard by the use of magic. Childu is struck directly by the bolt. Genti yells in panic, while the goblin smirks in satisfaction. To its surprise, Childu does not give up. Even while scorched by the blast, his excitement remains high. The goblin strikes him with lightning again. Our protagonist does not flinch. Even as the electricity lingers along his spine, he endures the pain. He reveals that he is more than just a barbarian. He is the son of a great sorceress. Finally reaching the top, he emits his own powerful lightning, and yells that what doesn't kill him makes him stronger. In an instant, the entire tower is destroyed by his power. Childu falls to the ground along with the debris. Lying there fully burned, he smirks at having faced death, grateful for the magic resistance inherited from his mother. Alongside more coins, he receives a glowing golden orb identified by the system as the Orb of Magic. This non-transferable item permanently increases the user's magical ability and requires 10 coins to activate. Our hero wonders if he has truly gained the powers of a sorcerer. As the orb merges with him, wounds heal instantly. He feels a surge of strength that leaves him shocked. Tay approaches, amazed that his friend is still alive after the lightning strikes. He begins to doubt if Childu is even human. The warrior only mutters his own name in a daze, making Gentile worry, but the silence is short-lived. Childu is suddenly ready for even more hunting. He plans to find their next spot to track down more sorcerer goblins and their orbs. Junit panics, yelling for him to stop. The next morning, Gentai exits his tent of find that our boy has been hunting all night. Childu proudly displays a collection of orbs for magic, strength, and sensation. He is eager to test his new power, feeling exponentially stronger than he did a day ago. Suddenly, a system panel appears to announce that 24 hours have passed. Boss monsters will now begin appearing in the area. These are creatures that new arrivals are not expected to defeat, and the system instructs everyone to escape immediately. Jintei panics and insists on using the portal to flee, but our protagonist refuses. He feels tempted by the prospect of fighting tougher opponents. Soon, a junior ogre emerges, the boss monster of the beginner exam. The soldiers attempt to shoot the hand holding its massive club, but the bullets have no effect. As the ogre prepares to smash them, our hero intervenes and destroys the club completely. Standing before the beast, Childu is thrilled to finally fight someone larger than himself. He demands that everyone clear the area so he can take the ogre down alone. Childu lands a powerful blow on the ogre, yet to a surprise the beast doesn't feel a thing. Our hero feels as though he is punching through solid steel rather than skin. Suddenly the boss frees himself from the young man's grip and sends him recoiling back with great force. Tay, observing the lopsided fight from the sidelines, realizes that the ogre is far stronger than our boy. One of the two soldiers from earlier believes it is already impressive that Childu has lasted this long, as boss monsters are generally not meant to be taken down. He points out that a team needs a tank to even stand a chance against such a foe. Lying on the ground, the protagonist never expected the ogre to be so powerful that he would take this much damage from a single hit. He admits the creature is stronger than him. Right then, the boss tries to land a heavy blow on our hero, but unfortunately, he dodges. In that moment, Childu decides not to face the monster head-on. Suddenly, the ogre starts hitting repeatedly, dodging every attack. Our protagonist notes that the strikes are quite simple and easy to predict. Before he immediately slides and grabs the creature's arm to use its own strength and weight against it. With determination, our boy carries the beast by the arm and slams him hard onto the ground. He then immediately jumps, a punch right on the monster's mouth. The ogre lies on the ground with broken teeth and a bleeding maw. The battle isn't over yet, as Childu repeatedly lands crazed punches on his opponent. The soldiers are stunned to see him successfully defeating the boss monster with his bare hands.